Welcome to 17-minute yoga in the woods in North Carolina. We'll start in a standing position, closing your eyes, hands at heart center, feeling grounded in your feet, feeling the breath coming in and out, allowing yourself to arrive in this moment. Take a moment, listen, and I invite you to drop your arms to your sides, palm facing forward, standing strong, eyes are still closed. As you're ready, I invite you to raise your arms up towards the sky, hands together, opening your eyes, tilting your chin back, looking at your thumbs, and then floating your arms back down to the sides, bringing your hands to heart center, moving gently, paying attention to any movement that you need to do. Raising your arms up towards the sky again. Hands back to heart center. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Your fingertips to your toes. I invite you to bending from the waist, just allow yourself to hang, and then slowly come up to standing, raising the arms once again towards the sky, sliding your arms down, touching your toes once again, bending from the waist, bending your knees, and then slowly raising up towards to standing. Arms up towards the sky, and then we'll make goal posts, bending at the elbows, palms facing forward, contracting those back muscles. And we'll release down again, fingertips to your toes, just allowing that back to release all tension. And then slowly come up to standing. Raising the arms towards the sky again, sliding the palms to heart center. Next, we'll warm up that back a little more. From a standing position, placing your palms on your knees. We're doing a standing cat-cow, so imagining that your back is raising towards the sky, moving with the breath. Exhale to cat. Inhale up to cow, just warming up the spine. Chin to chest, cat, opening up the heart. Chin up to cow. And then slowly come up to standing. Raising the arms one more time. Palms to heart center. Stepping the feet out in a wider stance, we'll move into willow tree, tapping the hands on the body as you gently twist from side to side. Lifting the heels on each side if that calls to you, just moving and flowing here. Gentle with your body, still warming up the spine. And then slowly coming back to center, to stillness. Feet are together, and then we'll take a step back in a wide lunge, warming up the front knee, just bending gently, keeping the back leg with a slight bend in the knee, hands at your hips. Stepping forward, and we'll move to the other side, just warming up the front knee, just bending gently. Keeping the back knee bent or straight, however you'd like, just warming up the front knee. Gentle pulses. Stepping back together, feet together, maybe hips width distance apart as you step that left foot back in a wide lunge again, this time in a static movement. Keeping your hands on your hips or taking a little bit further, swinging the arms up to the front and towards the sky. Keeping those hips square to the front foot. And then releasing, bringing the hands to the hips, stepping forward. And then we'll move to the other side, stepping the right foot back in a wide lunge in a static pose. Hands at the hips, and if you'd like to take it further, swinging those arms up to the sky. Hips are square. Front leg is deeply bent. And then hands to the hips, stepping forward to the other foot and shaking it out a bit. Take a step back again in a wide lunge. Swiveling that back foot down. Front leg is deeply bent as you raise your arms parallel to the floor or the mat, gazing at the front hand. Hips are to the side. We'll take this a little bit further, bending that elbow and resting it on the knee, swinging that back arm up towards the sky. And bringing the hands back to parallel. We'll do a reverse warrior, bringing that left arm up and the back arm on the back leg. Arms parallel again into a warrior. And to come out of this, hands to hips, swiveling that back foot up and then stepping towards the other foot in the front. Shaking it out a bit, and then when you're ready, stepping that left foot back in a wide lunge, hands at your hips before you swivel that back foot down. Raise your arms up, parallel to the ground. Front leg is deeply bent. Hips are at a slight angle, but more towards the side of your mat. Gaze is at the front hand, middle finger. Paying attention to your form here. Shoulders away from the ears. Strong warrior. We'll bend that front elbow as you swing the back arm up towards the sky in a side angle pose, really opening up that chest, paying attention to your breathing. And there'll be a long line from your fingertips all the way down to the back foot of the back leg. And then we'll move into a reverse warrior, bringing that back hand, resting it on the back leg as you bring the front arm up towards the sky, feeling a nice stretch in the front side body. Keeping that front leg nicely, deeply bent throughout the pose, throughout the flow. Paying attention to your breathing, nice and even. And then to come out, bring your hands and arms parallel to the floor, to the mat. And then we'll swivel the back leg up. And then stepping towards the front. And And shake it out a bit if you'd like. Bringing your hands to prayer position, raising the arms up towards the sky, swan diving down to your toes, fingertips on the toes. We'll go into a flow here. Slowly coming up to standing, arms to the sky, hands to heart center. Inhale, diving down towards your toes. And then we'll go into a plank position, stepping one foot back and then the other. Plank. And then slowly come down to the mat, coming up to cobra, pushing back into downward dog, keeping those shoulders away from the ears, bending your knees one at a time, stepping it out, walking the dog, and really keeping a generous bend in those knees if that is what is available to you today. And then stepping up towards your hands into forward fold, allowing yourself to release a bit before slowly raising up to standing. Raising your arms towards the sky, hands to heart center. One more time, arms to the sky, swan dive down towards your toes. Hand palms to your shins, and then hands to the floor, to the mat. Plank pose, and then slowly lower down as you raise up into cobra, lifting the chest, and then sliding back into downward dog. Stepping one foot and then the other towards your hands, allowing yourself to hang before slowly coming up to standing, raising your arms towards the sky, sliding your hands to heart center. One more time. Hands to the sky, inhale, exhale, arms down, palms to the floor or to the mat, into plank pose, and then go down to the mat, coming up into cobra, going back into downward dog, and then stepping forward towards the hands, forward fold, allowing yourself to hang before slowly coming up to standing. Arms towards the sky, heart center. One more time, heart center towards the sky, diving towards the floor, palms down to the mat, to the floor, plank position, lower to the ground, push up into cobra, back into downward dog. Stepping towards your feet, your hands, stepping your hands and your feet together. Forward fold. And then here, if it's available, give yourself a hug around your legs before slowly coming up to standing. Hands towards the sky, sliding down to heart center. Shaking it out a little bit if you'd like, before standing, and palms facing forward. We'll go into just a reset. Standing strongly with the left leg as you cross your right ankle over your left knee and sink your hips down towards the floor, keeping your chest open as you sink down to get a little bit further stretch in that hip. On the other side, feeling nice and strong and grounded in that right leg before crossing the left ankle over the right knee and sinking your hips down towards the ground. Shaking it out, and then feeling grounded in that left leg once again before bringing your right foot to the inside of your calf or the inside of your leg, but not your knee. Opening up that knee outward before coming into tree pose. You can keep your hands at your hips, heart center, or raise your arms up to tree, or bringing your palms together, whatever you would like to do today. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale your foot down. We'll move to the other side, feeling grounded in that right foot as you bring the left foot against your inner leg. Really feeling your leg pushing outward. Before placing your hands where you'd like them, on your hips, heart center, raising your arms to full tree, bringing your palms together. Exhale everything down. From here, taking a nice stance, palms out towards the front of the body. Raising your arms to palms, to heart center, closing your eyes and taking one final breath, coming back to the intention of your practice. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you today. Namaste.